This is a 4-in-1. This one does obviously air frying, so guilt-free cooking with less or little or no oil at all because it's cooking with hot air. You can roast, you can reheat, which is important because I don't like foods reheated in the microwave. You will taste the difference the first time you reheat in your Ninja. And then you can dehydrate as well, so now you're making your own snacks as well. Customer pick, we've got 2 colors available. We've got the black or the cinnamon available. Easy control panel, and we even threw in the $14 tongs. Look at this, that have a really cool design. They basically stand up on their own, so you're not getting your counters dirty there. Okay, so this is 880733. This was $120. We are marked down. I've never seen a markdown like this on a Ninja, $89.99. Carrie Mileto, come on in here. Look at these features on this thing, and you can walk us through this, Carrie, but we're frying in air and not oil, so cutting calories, guilt-free treats, shall we say?
Oh my goodness, everything. So this is all about air frying, and I'm gonna tell you, I wanna start off by saying this.
Yeah.
When air frying first started, I was one of the late adopters. Like I was kind of, right? Okay.
I was the last.
I didn't understand. And I just was like, oh, I pan fry things, I cook things in the oven. What's the big deal about air frying? Let me tell you, air frying will certainly change your life. If you own one, you already know. But if you don't have one, this is an opportunity for you to start off with the best quality air fryer you could possibly get. This is Ninja. And Ninja's gonna give you, as you're seeing there on the screen, all of that fantastic functionality, giving you air crisp technology, just going to give you that perfectly crisp food every single time, giving you a true 4-in-1. So let's talk about that. I want to start over here by showing you how sleek and how beautiful this actually is. Now, if you had one of the early on air fryers, you might have remembered they were very tall.
That's right.
Right? And so then trying to fit it under your countertop may have been an issue. So now we have pushed it down in a way that makes it great for any countertop space, but also we have made a square basket. So as soon as I pull this out and you take a look at that, you go, what? Okay, so what's fantastic about that is you are getting a 5-quart capacity, which is going to give you even more room for things like a pork loin, which I have here, right? So if you're doing your vegetables and your pork loin and all of that for the holidays, let's pop over here and cut into this,
watch your step. We got some wires.
For sure. We are a busy kitchen over here. But what I love again is times that you have foods that were a little big or a little wide and they just needed more space to breathe. That's what you're getting with this, which is super fun. Can I get a knife over here? I actually left it right over there. Sorry about that, gang.
And I love that all the vegetables, you're cooking them at the same time.
Yes.
With that, do you know that some of the most expensive ovens in the world have that convection, so it's that hot air circulating?
You know about that.
So now, instead of paying thousands and thousands of dollars for one of those super expensive fancy ovens, it's kind of the same technology. You are frying in hot air that is circulating and not oil. So yes, you can use a little bit of oil. I like to kind of put a little bit of avocado oil on mine.
Oh, that's
or
perfect.
on my French fries. Or you can cook with no oil at all. You will still get a crisp, yumminess, whether it's items from the freezer section in the supermarket, like little mini egg rolls. I do little taquitos. I do like chicken nuggets for the boys. Or whether you are cooking from frozen, you're getting those textures you love, and you are doing it with less guilt.
Oh my gosh, so much less. So cooking with air frying is going to give you up to 75% less fat than regular cooking, than traditional cooking. And I think that's the #1 reason why we really love it. But the #2 reason is that you're not having to use all that oil, right? So that less fat has to do with the oil usage. You can use a little bit of oil if you want to kind of roast it a little bit or just give a little flavor. But it's not like where you have to douse it now. So if you love like your fries, or your, typically we're always thinking about tater tots and our mozzarella sticks and all that sort of thing. You're able now to come to a place where you can have all the foods you really love, but with, again, up to 75% less fat, less oil. So here we're looking at the air crisp technology, and what does that really mean? When we say 4-in-1 with this, you get the ability to not just air fry, but also roast. And the roasting function is simply slowing down the fan a little bit to get that complete cooking all the way throughout, because air fry is going to move very fast, right? So it'll get really crispy on the outside. Roasting is great for what we just showed you, which was our pork loin.
Sure.
And that's going to give that juicy tender in the middle and that nice crisp on the outside. Reheating, my best friend. This
you
is
said it to me the other day.
I was telling you, I had a pretzel that I actually had from just like, it was like a fair thing that happened. They said, oh, take these pretzels home. I said, sure. Well, like, how am I going to heat those up and not have them be
mushy or soggy or rubbery?
Yeah, rubbery is the big one, right?
Yep.
The microwave. Reheating it in your Ninja, it made it absolutely perfectly crispy, and it was super soft on the inside.
For us, it's pizza.
Oh,
do not
sure.
put the pizza in the microwave. Once you put it in an air fryer, night and day difference. It tastes like it's brand new again.
Absolutely. And so it's really, again, going to crisp those outsides, get the insides. Now, this is another perfect example of getting something cooked to perfection. And this is on the air fry function. You're going to get this done in about 12 minutes. But we put 2 fillets of salmon in here with some beautiful asparagus and some lemon. This is an easy weeknight meal when you want to do something healthy. And the reason I didn't adopt air frying at the beginning, Leslie, was because I thought it was always going to be about
snacks.
You know, all the fried foods.
Right.
I'm like, I don't really eat fried foods.
Right.
But here's the thing, I didn't eat fried foods this way, but also you don't have to just do fried foods. The world of air frying has grown.
I make my salmon in my air fryer.
It's perfect.
And here's the thing, yeah, sure, I can turn on my oven, but I don't want to turn on my oven. It takes forever to preheat or to get to temperature. And then I've heated up the whole house. I've spent a bunch of energy. This is the best of countertop cooking, and I think that's why America has fallen in love with air fryers. I'm telling you, out of every single item I've bought at HSN, my air fryer is what I use countless times a day. I'm talking about 3 to 4 times a day, and that's not an exaggeration with 3 growing boys. You're getting 20 recipes included in your booklet. I mean, everything from crispy potatoes to fried pickles, your beef jerky, because remember this dehydrates as well. French toast bread pudding, Carrie. We're doing savory and sweet and snacks and everything in between.
And what I love about Ninja is ninjakitchen.com is going to give you hundreds of recipes to help get you started. But I love that you just showed the quick start guide.
Oh, yeah.
Because the quick start guide really, because sometimes you get something home, you go, what do I do now?
That's right.
That's I had a very good friend of mine that was new to air frying as well. And she's like, she kept calling me. I don't know. What can I cook in this? What can I do? Ninja never leaves you just hanging. So we're going to make sure you have tons of different recipes. Again, as Leslie was saying, everything from breakfast all the way through dessert. This is something a little fun, and I'm actually going to use these tongs right here. You want to take these ones?
Go for it. I was just going to say, not only do you get the 20 recipes and that quick start guide, you get these really cool tongs.
Look at that.
Because look, they stand up. They've got a little attachment there, so they don't get your counters all gross. And let me tell you, really good quality on those tongs, and you're going to need them because of all the air frying and all the roasting you're going to be doing in your brand new Ninja. So if you want the black, Rocky, you said how many in the black? Under 200 remaining. That is it. And look at the price. Our Ninjas are usually, gosh, super expensive. Let's be honest. This is a really amazing #1 brand. I mean, I've paid so much more. We were at $119, which is already great, but we're at $89.99. And how cute are those stuffed peppers? How creative.
Look, you put the little lids on. Oh my gosh, I saw this. I wanted to share this with you because we were just, stop it, right? Stop it. When you're looking for really fun ideas to do for the holidays, there's 2 different ways you can fill these. So the way that we fill them today is kind of like your typical stuffed pepper.
Yeah.
But you could also do mac and cheese with beef in there. So if you wanted to do that, they'd be ooey gooey cheesy. But all you're gonna do is just make your little jack-o'-lantern faces at the front and cook them as you normally would. In here, we actually just put 3, 4, 5 peppers in here.
Nice capacity on that.
The capacity is unbelievable. And so if you have one of our air fryers or you have a air fryer, but you have one of the circular ones, this is going to change the game for you. It's going to give you so much more space. And it's kind of like one of those things that you go, well, I have a 5-quart. But if your 5-quart is round, I'm telling you, it's a square that makes the difference.
I'm all about the squares. Even with my food containers, I buy the rectangles because you have so much more space in those. So this is item 880733. Remember, 2 colors. We've got that beautiful cinnamon. A lot of you pick that color because it goes with a lot of the cookware that you may have bought in the past. A lot of us love red in the kitchen. And then last quantity is on the black. This is 880733. This is Ninja. Ninja has quickly become one of the #1 appliance brands in America.
Yes.
Certainly the best at countertop cooking. They make so many designs. This one is that sweet spot, right? Where you get all the functions you want, but great price as well.
Again, 4 functions. We didn't talk about dehydrate Dehydrate over here, but I'm also going to show you how easy it is to really use this panel. You're going to always have adjustments for your time and your temp. You're going to have those 4 different functions to choose. Let's go to our appetizers real quick, and then on the next one, I'm going to load. So I think I'm going to show you guys how fun this is to actually load and use. It's super, super easy. But here I'm going to come over and I'm going to use my tongs once more. And again, you're getting these tongs, but these are our baked brie bites.
Oh
we are moving into the holiday season.
Holiday season, football season,
football
girl,
season. It's all the things.
I'm so excited.
So you could do your normal appetizers and do your, wings and cheese sticks and all that sort of thing. Or how about some baked brie bites? These are really fun. Super easy to do. You just place them into the air fryer.
You had me at chicken wings and brie bites. By the way, football season starts next week, to be exact. And a big congratulations.
Oh, right.
To the Chiefs superstar and our favorite pop star, which, by the way, she posted, your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married. I thought it was the cutest thing ever.
It is cute.
Over 100 of you in the ordering process, you know you're going to use this, especially for those quick moments where you're like, I want snacks, I want those wonderful little freezer section items, I have people coming over, or maybe it's a quick dinner for you and somebody you love, or you and your kids. I make my salmon in here all the time, but I've made, other fish in there. I've made chicken wings. It's convenient.
Yeah.
I think too, I think of my parents. My parents, once they got to their 80s, my mother was an incredible cook. So was my dad. But they stopped cooking, right?
Sure.
So are you heating up the stovetop? Are you pulling out the pots and pans and then you got a mess to clean up? Are you still confident in the kitchen? This is your answer. You don't even have to turn on your oven unless you need to.
Absolutely. Well, that's the big thing. It takes at least 15-20 minutes for most of our ovens to even heat up. You've already got these things cooked. So the roast that I want to go back just for a second, and then we're going to continue on. But we did a pork loin roast with fall vegetables in here. That literally took about 45 minutes. So I want you to think about starting off with a roast and how long that would take you in your oven. Here, you're placing it in. It's about 45 to 60 minutes to finish, and you have a full meal. That's a big capacity right there of pork loin to feed. If you have that weeknight where you need something really fast, you can do, and I actually found a recipe too to do, you can do salmon fillet or you can do salmon bites. So you can actually cut them up into bites, and then they get crispy all the way around. So if that sounds really interesting.
By the way, even the salmon with the skin on, I know some people don't like the skin on. I do skin side up.
Yes.
And then the skin gets all crispy.
That sounds amazing.
And the salmon, you don't even have to look at it. Once the skin is crispy, the salmon is cooked.
Oh, sure.
So my kids do actually like the skin. I cut it up for them, but they do love it.
Well, it needs flavor.
But that's what I'm saying. It's less cleanup.
Yeah.
You're getting the capacity. You're getting that speed. You're not taking forever to just heat the oven. I think so many of us are pressed in time.
Yes.
That's why we go through the drive-through. That's why we go buy the roast chicken before we go home. Forget that. If you get an air fryer, I'm telling you, this will be your favorite thing in the kitchen. I told you, I bought 2 because I loved it so much.
I love that you said roast chicken. Can I tell you one of my secrets? I get the whole chicken from the grocery, but you know it's never super crispy?
Yes.
Because it's been sitting there in the bag, so it's kind of steaming. Guys, put it in your air fryer.
So good. I'm so hungry right now.
This does 4 pounds of fries. It does up to 5 pounds of wings, okay? Which if you look at the wings here, this is close to our 5 pounds of wings. That's a lot of wings that you're getting, here. If you put your whole chicken in here and you do it breast down for a few minutes and then you turn it around, it will come out so perfectly crispy. But you can also cook your chicken from the start that way. I definitely want to come over here, and I'm going to stop this one. Let's come over here to this guy.
By the way, best vegetables. If you have people that don't like vegetables in your family, this is how I get my boys to eat Brussels sprouts. Vegetables in the air fryer, game on. They're so good.
It's so good because they're crispy and it's adding flavor. So here I'm going to show you how easy this is to use. You're just going to turn it on. If you want to adjust your temperatures and things like that, you see that it's automatically going to go here first to our air fry function. So you'd pick. Air fry is always going to start at 390. We're going to go here to roast, which is always going to start at 375. There is our reheat button, which starts at 350, and our dehydrate starts at 150.
Right, that does the slow and low.
Yep, it's going to take its time. It's going to do the perfect thing. And then if we wanted to do air fry, it starts at 390. Say I really want to get up there and I want to go up to 400, great. And then for my time, it's always going to kind of default to 20 minutes.
But you can toggle that up or down, right?
You can toggle that up and down. So I'm going to reveal what I have here first, and then I'm going to come out and grab my wings. These are, thank goodness we had time to get to this. These are cheeseburger bombs. You want to talk about being ready for football?
I want to eat it. Is what I want.
Let's go.
Girl, I don't want to talk about football. I want to eat one. But here's the thing too. If you want the black, Rocky, you said what? Under 200 of these. That is all we've got. The cinnamon is very popular as well.
Yeah.
It's that beautiful red on the countertop. You will use this every day. Mark my words. You'll say that Leslie was right. You will use this every day because it's fast, because it's convenient, because the foods taste better.
Right.
You know, even
here?
heating up a pizza, heating up a pretzel, as Carrie did, it just tastes better than with the microwave. I know that we're not going to stop using our microwaves. I have one too. But at the end of the day, best reheat ever. I'm telling you, the cheese gets ooey gooey. You get the cheese pull that everybody talks about. $30 gets this home. I hope you give it a try today because there's no appliance I use more in my house.
Oh my
really?
gosh.
Besides my air fryer and my air ram.
I'm trying to think about
vacuum cleaner.
I feel like that's the case for me
day.
too. Here's the bomb. I would give my bomb just a few more minutes, but you see what's in there. It's only 5 ingredients to do your bombs. So that's just going to have your meat as a steak seasoning, your American cheese, and I'm trying to remember what, your biscuit, obviously. And then it really only takes, it's about like, you want to do a few minutes. It's like 8 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes,
Yeah,
and then you have a bomb.
You can even buy those store-bought biscuits.
That's what it is.
Oh.
Store-bought, yeah, store-bought.
By the way,
easy.
Can I just tell you one of my favorite things to do with the boys on weekends? S'mores in the air fryer.
So good.
S'mores
So good.
in the air fryer.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, you will thank me. They melt, no open flame necessary. So you know what? If you don't have an outdoor area, you don't have a backyard, you don't have a fire pit, you're not going camping anytime soon, s'mores in the air fryer. You're welcome.
In the air fryer.
If you want this, 880-733 is your item number. Can you tell I love to eat?
Oh, girl, you and me the same. And I'll tell you, since it hit my counter, this will hit your counter and it will become the thing you're going to use over and over. My electric bill's gone up in this past year quite a bit. So I really appreciate that I can only heat up the space I need, which is this 5-quart size, as opposed to heating up the entire oven, which takes far too long and it's far too expensive. So here I'm going to come back over to the machine that I was at and I'm going to pop this out and I am going to put in some beautiful wings. This is about our 5 pounds of wings, guys. So I want you to see how big that capacity is.
That's a lot of wings.
Right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to put these in for 20 minutes. At about 10, I'm going to come back and I'm going to actually, let's pop this guy. You know, it's hard to do this backwards. We'll get back over here.
I know.
I know. I got it.
I just
take one for
presented
the
2
team.
hours of jewelry.
There we go.
Backwards like that. Hey,
Got it.
remember, red or black available. The red is called cinnamon. Black, very limited now. $30 gets it home on your first credit card flex pay.
And there we go. All we did was hit start, guys. You'll obviously be at the front of the machine, so it'll be a lot easier. But you saw how we picked air fry. We picked 20 minutes. We picked 390 or 400, and then this is off to the races. I don't have to do anything but come back at about 10 minutes, flip them all around or shake them all up, and when they come out, they're going to be these beautiful wings that we had over here. So now let's talk about weeknight dinners once again. So this is another great example of something that's easy to make. This is one of the recipes on ninjakitchen.com. So this is one of the ones that you can find that are easy to make and will give you all
like a chicken bake?
This is a chicken. This is our chicken thighs and also with Brussels sprouts. So this is about 15 to 20 minutes on roast function at 400, because remember, you're getting that roast function as well, and that's going to make sure that you're going to get that complete even cook. Let's pop over here.
Golden color, so pretty.
The caramelization that you can get from air frying is perfect.
Because essentially it is circulating that hot air. So instead of dousing your food in oil or deep frying, if you want something really crispy, yes, spray it with a little bit of oil. Like I just put a little tiny in a sprayer bottle.
Exactly, just for a little mist.
Right, I'll spray like my French fries, I'll do stuff like that. But you're basically cooking your favorite treats guilt-free because it's little to no oil at all. Anything from the freezer section you can cook from frozen. Whether it's things that are not so great for you, like little mini egg rolls or chicken nuggets or mozzarella sticks, or you want to go healthy, I cook my salmon in here. That beautiful roast, that pork loin. You know, you can be doing your chicken breast in here.
Right.
And especially if you live, it's just you and a partner, or you have a smaller family, I'm telling you, you will use this thing all the time because you're not going to heat up the oven and heat up the house.
That's right.
It's so convenient. It's the best at countertop cooking if you want it. I've never seen the price that we have today on this Ninja.
It's an incredible price, and to be able to get the Ninja name, you know, so sometimes you may see air fryers out there at the price point, but to be able to get the power, the reliability, again, coming with the 20 recipes, and it also gives you all the roasting times in there, Leslie. Also show them, I think it's like the second and third page, it'll show you all the times for all the various different types of foods, and
look
also
at that,
tips and
tips.
Yeah.
Air fry tips and tricks, dehydrating tips and tricks. Can I tell you, we've made dehydrated fruit, we've made like our fruit leather.
Yeah.
You know, you could be doing banana chips in here, you could be doing all of your little snacks in there with the dehydrate function as well, cooking charts in there. But you know what? Can I be honest? I've never even read my cooking chart. Like, you just eyeball it. Like, you just,
yeah,
it's so easy to cook with an air fryer. If you don't know how to cook,
forgiving.
do yourself a favor. If you're like a terrible cook, I mean, we all know our limitations.
Sure.
Get yourself an air fryer.
It is so
Seriously.
forgiving. It really is. And so when people get very nervous, I had a friend of mine that I gifted an air fryer some years ago, and she kept calling me and she said, "What do I do? I don't understand." And I was like, well, first off, look at the book.
Just put it in and press
And I
start.
said, just go. And I said, because what happens is you have all of your favorites that you like making, and it only takes a time or two.
Yeah.
And just kind of keep, when you first start, just kind of peer in a little here, a little there. And when you're doing that,
look at that.
sausage and peppers. Now, I would put these on some hoagie
good.
rolls for sure, but if I just
Yes.
wanted to show you the capacity. Again, with 5 quarts, that is a huge dish. I'm going to hold it up next to me.
You can put that, yes, in the hoagie roll. You can put that over pasta if you want.
Oh, for sure.
We're Latinos. We eat rice with everything. I mean,
Oh,
you can,
rice would be great.
Right? And so, and by the way, if you're doing keto or low carb, you can just eat it just like that, right?
Perfection, absolute perfection.
So, you know, especially too if you live alone or you're single or you just don't want to cook anymore. That's what happened to my parents. They don't want to cook anymore.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's really easy because, again, in a matter of minutes, so, you know, if you're doing wings, it's about 20 minutes. Our sausage and peppers only took about 15 minutes. The bombs only took about, I think it's 12 to 14 minutes total. Let's talk about that.
Oh, my goodness.
This is a 3-ingredient
Less
apple
than a minute
crisp.
left. What is that, an apple
3-ingredient apple crisp. Now, obviously, everything that's up top here is an extra ingredient, but you can get an apple, you cut it in half, you core it. You're going to place it in the air fryer for about 8 minutes, that side down. When you pull it out, take a packet of oatmeal mix, any favorite oatmeal that you have, and a teaspoon of butter. Mince that, mix that up in the oatmeal, place it in the apple, put it back in for 10 minutes, and you've got an apple crisp that is out of this world.
So good. Hey, listen, Ninja is #1 for a reason. Take advantage of this price today, everybody. That's 880-733. It's always wonderful to hang out with Miss
so good to
Carrie
see you.
Mileto. I leave you in the good hands of Sarah Anderson and some incredible Taco Canyon. Adios, everybody. Have a great night.